everyone, my name is Adelia and you are watching Coffee and Cannabis. And this segment we have been asked some questions from our viewers and we will be asking our hosts and our special guest Phyllis, the co-founder of SuperBaked, to provide us with some answers to the best of their knowledge. So ladies, this is from Brianna W. from Seattle. I have a pit bull who has really high anxiety. Whenever I would go to work or leave the house, she would demolish everything and anything. I had to start crating her while I go to work. I heard that giving her CBD could possibly help lessen her anxiety. Is that true? I would love to be able to not have to crate her every day when I go to work.
It's a large animal.
Yeah.
I don't feel confident speaking to the CBD for something like that, or cannabis. I don't have any experience personally. For that level of anxiety, I do know that those huggy things work, those body wraps.
Well, I started using CBD for my smaller dog, and he doesn't have as much the separation anxiety, but as a terrier, he does get the anxiety and wants to lick and bite and scratch himself a lot. And overall is just, he clearly is very hyper. And that has really helped him with that. So while I can't speak to the whole separation anxiety, I know that it does put him at ease and make him, to stop itching himself in that way. So I think it does have a little effect on anxiety.
Yeah, I think there's just like anything, it's not the end all be all. It's not the magic pill for any type of illness. Of course, there's other things. When we know this, right? As animal lovers, as caretakers of animals, we know that there's a lot of other things that come into play with that. But from my own experience, from going to animal sanctuaries, for example, the little dogs have a different behavior when you have given them CBD as opposed to the larger animals. The larger animals tend to calm down from it as opposed to the little ones who just get a little bit active, more active. That's from my own experience.
Well, and I have a pit bull boxer, so I can kind of hone in a little bit on this. Again, I suggest talking to your vet before any of this. But we have given her CBD, and hers wasn't a separation anxiety. Hers was more if we were around a lot of people, around a lot of other dogs, that's when her anxiety kicks in. And she is a very friendly dog, but when that anxiety kicks in, it does turn because she just doesn't know. So I have noticed it has helped. She's still her personality, which I love. She's still able to run around and be the crazy Portia that she is, but I've noticed it does help her with her anxiety. She breathes very heavily when she has a full-on anxiety attack, you can tell, and it does lessen.
Yes.
I've noticed even now if we run out of her CBD medicine and we take her out, automatically she gets back to the way she was. So I would suggest looking into it, doing more research, and going from there, I think.
But anecdotally, it's been successful for you in treatment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the next question is, how would you suggest bringing up medical marijuana to my vet? Is there a veterinarian that you can point me to who can help answer some of your questions? From Ari B. in San Jose, California. I can hone in on that a little. We work very closely with a company called Vet CBD. Dr. Tim Shu has helped answer many questions for our pet, and also has been very helpful for some of the people that I have referred to him. You can just go to vetcbd.com and contact them, and they definitely will be able to be a great resource at least. And then bringing it up to your vet, I think just asking the question is great. You can find out then where he feels, or she. You never know what their thoughts are on that topic, or if they may not be for it, they might know somebody they can refer you to.
Right. And just like asking us here today, it's always that awkward question. So just go in there like you would for anything else. I've heard about cannabis, people treating their animal companions with cannabis. Are you familiar with that? Can you point me in the right direction? Do you have any information? Worst case scenario, they may not have that information, but then they know that you as a patient are interested in it. So.
Right. And a lot of them are quite progressive nowadays. I think medical professionals that I have encountered so far, it's either they take, you know, a certain stand or not, but they would always, they're very professional about these things. And so, like you said, ask away, just like how you asked us today, and just be, you know, be brave about it, and just be truthful of what your intentions are, of how, you know, and trust that, you know, that your answer, your question, you know, will be answered in the most professional sense that they could, and they would refer you to another person if they didn't have an answer. That's usually the case. So you won't know unless you ask. You won't know what you don't know unless you ask a question.
That's a very good point. So final question is, what kind of CBD products are out there for animals? Rick T. from Detroit.
I personally use a local brand that I came across very early on in my introduction to the industry. The local company is called Simply Medibles. They make dog biscuits also, but they have THC in them. Okay. So our dog also suffers from a hip issue. With the swelling, the CBD helped, but he really needed that pain relief from the THC. So I would give him half a biscuit, and I don't even have to do it on a daily regimen. It's a treat as necessary, so it's a PRN, which is far more cost effective. So I use Simply Medicals. It's a local company. It's people I trust. I know how it's extracted. I know how it's made. So I also had some decent experience with another animal with the Treatwell after we last spoke.
Yeah. Oh, good. You tried it after.
What is Treatwell? I think you know a little bit more about that one.
So Treatwell is a company up in the Bay Area of California, so it might be a little hard to find in Detroit for Rick, but hopefully soon. And the Treatwell product that I used for Marley was a 20-to-1 CBD THC ratio. Okay. So similar to what Cara was saying, this has a little THC in it, probably not enough for them to, you know, be really stoned like a human would get off a THC edible, but, you know, it does contain a lot of CBD. And he loved that, and he didn't seem to be bothered by the taste. It was a tincture oil, and, you know, the cat loved it too. So I like that product a lot.
Do you know where they can find that?
I think you can actually get that one on Sava,
Yeah,
but you might
Sava.
have to cut that out. You can get it on Sava? Okay, it's on Sava. GetSava.com.
Nice. Perfect.
First purchase, $10 off.
Nice.
And then for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we use primarily Creature Treats.
Of course. I would hope so.
And just the tinctures usually is what we give them. Strictly CBD.
And the Creature Treats, are they, right now they're biscuits. Do we think there's going to be other kind of forms? Any other?
I don't know yet, and you know, there's things that are coming to my mind, like of what I want to be like a full, you know, probably a meal, you know, for them.
Yeah, I was
I would
thinking
love
of
a
like
canned meal for my dog.
Kibbles,
Yeah.
or maybe something in that manner that's, you know, also vegan and has a lot of probiotics and enzymes, B vitamins, everything, you know, that this little Creature Treat bag would have. I think it's something that we could spread into that as well.
I love that concept, because just like with the pets, with our edibles, everything seems to be sweet cookie based, you know,
Right.
even with the healthy biscuits, it's just for you to develop something further beyond that. I think people would get really excited.
Yeah, definitely the daily food. I've heard KB Pure Essentials is recently launching a product line, and they are also now doing shampoos for animals.
With CBD?
I believe so. I don't know exactly what their ratio is or how it is formulated exactly, but I do know that they are looking at launching that line, in the development of that and testing it. And then just the tinctures, that CBD. It's mostly just dog treats and tinctures right now, I feel like. So that concludes this portion of Coffee and Cannabis. We look forward to hosting many more segments with you, and we want to thank Phyllis for joining us today on treating your animal companions with cannabis. We look forward to seeing you next month. My name is Adelia from Direct Cannabis Network, and thank you for watching Coffee and Cannabis.